Hello and welcome to part 4 of my 6-part 2021 Blu-ray update series of videos. Yes, so we only have 4 Blu-rays to talk about in this part, but the quality is packed in tight, and there's 2. I don't know why I did 3 there for 2. There's 2 that are from the Eureka Masters of Cinema collection. So we're going Eureka and 88 films in this video, and I'm going to show you the most recent 2 additions to my Masters of Cinema collection. I got to tell you, it feels so good to just buy a new Masters of Cinema release and just then complete my collection again. Every time a new one comes in, it completes a collection again. You know, it's like I have all of them. Oh, there's a new one out. Order it on Amazon, comes the next day, the collection is complete again. It's such a satisfying feeling. And what was super satisfying about this is I'm really trying to push myself with watching Blu-rays more this year and stuff. And so as soon as this one came in, I watched it that night, and that felt really good to do that. And this one, I'm trying to wipe all the dust that collects to the slipcover. And it actually might be scuffed a little bit there because there's just... It's a nice slipcover, but it's pure black, and so it just attracts dust like a motherfucker. Or at least you see it more than you would on normal slipcovers. But it is spine number 243, and it is The Last Warning. Gorgeous cover. What a beautiful cover. I love it. I love the is it yellow? Maybe it's green, I don't know, but I love the color of it against the black. Really nice looking slip. It seems like every release they do now is a slipcover limited edition, which... I can see why they do it. It gets people buying them quicker. It certainly gets me buying them quicker. But you know, now that I'm committed to keeping up with the collection, I would buy them even if they didn't have the slipcover straight away. This is directed by Paul Lenny and was released in 1929. It's a silent film, and I will talk about this in my Conquering My Collection video coming up very soon. But in short, I really enjoyed this one. This is a really fun kind of whodunit, and I wasn't quite expecting that. And there's just some really fun and inventive things going on with the way this film is portrayed visually. There's some neat tricks and things, and it's right towards the end of the silent era, so a lot of those techniques had already been really honed by that point, and so you get a really nice, fairly polished looking film visually, I think, and there's a lot of really good standout moments visually, but the story with the whodunit element is really fun. And this one has a few extras, nothing too extensive. There's a video essay about Paul Lenny and The Last Warning, which I watched, and it was kind of interesting. I feel like I don't want to get this wrong, so if I do, I'll just cut this out of the video. But I'm pretty sure I looked up the director Paul Lenny, and he died young because of I think it was a tooth infection or something. He had a tooth infection that he left untreated, and it killed him. And it's a fairly common thing, and I just thought, that's fucking terrifying. Like, I think the infection starts in your blood, and it just wipes you out. I'm fairly certain that was him. I was reading up, I was like, wow, that's someone who has teeth problems. It's fucking chilling. But this comes from a new 4K restoration from Universal, available for the first time ever on home video in the UK, and a new audio commentary with author Stephen Jones and critic Kim Newman. So I'll show you the inside. And no, I'm not getting paid or promoted to do this. I just love the brand so much, and I can't get the case out of the slipcover. There we go. I like this cover. I think it looks kind of like an original poster. I don't know if it is, but it looks better on camera almost. I don't know. It's a little faded. I don't know. I guess that's kind of part of the design of it all. But yeah, just a wonderful release. I really enjoyed this film. Would definitely watch it again. And they have now, of course, fully transitioned over to the Criterion style cases that kind of go from top to bottom, which is really weird to see for a Eureka release. Obviously, this is you'd expect to see this a bit lower in the clear part of the top. But yeah, I love the slipcover too. It is, again, a bit of a dust magnet, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And the same can be said for the next release, which I'm about to talk about as soon as I can get this damn case inside the slipcover. There we go. The Last Warning. The next one is spine number 244, and it is Viy, which also needs a good wiping down. Really cool artwork. I really enjoyed this. Now... bit of controversy on this one. As you can see, it's kind of a black with white and red design here. Really cool. But there's also this hint of blue, which is really nice. You get the kind of massive cinema on the top, and that goes through to the spine, which is a little bit difficult to read. And then you have the back. Now, it looks a lot better on camera, I have to say, but to the naked eye, it's like 1080p presentation. It's really difficult to read, and it's like, who came up with the color design, you know? And we were talking about it on the Blu-ray forums, and someone came in and was like, saying, well, you guys obviously haven't, you know, obviously haven't collected the vinyl pressings that have these special colors and stuff, and you're not familiar with them or something. It's like, no, it's just a bad color design choice. It's you have to strain your eyes to kind of look at it and read it, and it is what it is, I guess. But I love the artwork on the front here. This is a Russian film, Soviet film, from 1967. And the inside looks like this. This is another really cool piece on the inside. I love that. Really cool. So this is kind of like a ghost. It's kind of like a ghost story. It's been a few years since I watched this for the Epic Film Challenge too. 1001 movies you must see before you die. So I've already seen this and I really like it. It's in terms of the visual flair of it, it's really exciting at times, and there's just some really unsettling things in there, but it's also a lot of fun. But it's this story about this guy, and he has to stay inside this room with this woman, and all sorts of crazy shit happens. It's quite a short film, yeah, 77 minutes. Maybe it'll say on the bit. 19th century Russia, a seminary student is forced to spend 3 nights with the corpse of a beautiful young witch. But when she rises from the dead to seduce him, it will summon a nightmare of fear, desire, and the ultimate demonic mayhem. Yes, it's a witch, and he has to stay there for 3 days and endure everything that happens in that kind of barn-style room, from what I remember. I really liked it, and I'm excited to see it in high definition. And this one has 2 discs, actually. And on the inside, you get the reversible artwork if you want to use the artwork from the slipcover, I believe. That's what it looks like, anyway. Yes, yeah, it's the artwork from the slipcover. So the second disc here has a different film, a bonus film, if you will, which is really cool. They included it on second Blu-ray. It's called Sveto Mesto, a holy place. So I don't really know much about it. That's one I'll have to watch and add to my ever-growing list of films I own on Blu-ray that I haven't seen yet. So that was kind of a nice thing that I've already seen this film, so I don't feel the urge to jump in and watch it straight away. But I am looking forward to watching it in high definition for the first time, because I watched it on a DVD copy maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I first saw it. But it's just an interesting, it's a different kind of horror film, different flavor from you know, just by the fact that it was made in the Soviet Union and stuff. So yeah, Holy Place is from 1990, a Yugoslavian film. So I'm not sure how it ties in, but there is a new interview with the director of the film, which is really cool. So you can get an extra on the extra, so that's really, really nice. And there's all sorts of stuff here. There's the original Russian mono track with English subtitles, of course, a new audio commentary, an audio essay, archival documentary, remembering Nikolai Gogol, who I believe wrote the original story that it's based on, I think. 3 Russian silent film fragments: The Portrait from 1915, the Queen of Spades from 1916, and Satan Exultant from 1917. Unfortunately, only fragments, which is a real shame, but I remember seeing that in the extras and going, wow, more silent film stuff, you know, really, really cool. And the original 1967 trailers. This is absolutely loaded. A phenomenal release. I'm not sure if there's a... Yeah, it's just a high-definition restoration of the original film elements. I don't think it's like a fancy-pants 4K restoration or anything like that. But yeah, a fantastic release, I think, even though I haven't even put the disc in yet. Just seeing how much they put into it is really cool to see, and it's a film I think is really good. Now we have another Eureka release, but we transition over into the Jackie Chan stuff. Now, if you've been following my channel for a few years at least, you'll know I did a series in 2000... what was it? 19, I think. Yeah, I started it in 2018, and I released it in 2019. Yeah, so I spent about a year kind of building up episodes for it, and it was called Project Jackie, and that was contained inside the project Asian Cinema Season 2. So I watched loads of Jackie Chan films, and around that time, 88 Films were releasing older Jackie Chan kung fu movies, and I bought a few of them, and I quite enjoyed them. And then these releases just started picking up momentum. Eureka were releasing the Police Story movies, the Project A movies, and those two companies just seemed to be like pushing each other to come up with better releases and stuff, and suddenly 88 Films were just like blowing the doors open with these amazing releases. And I think they've even talked about perhaps going back and re-releasing some of those early ones and giving it like the full treatment that they're doing now. But I have a huge stack of just tons of Jackie Chan films that I haven't watched yet, and I'm actually actively building them up and not watching them because I might do, maybe even years down the line, a 24-hour movie marathon dedicated to Jackie Chan films I've never seen before. So just looking at the stack, which is handily and not planned at all, was right next to me. Films that I haven't seen that I own on Blu-ray now: Railroad Tigers, New Fist of Fury, Dragon Lord, Shaolin Wooden Men, Spiritual Kung Fu, The Fearless Hyena, Steak and Crane, Arts of Shaolin, Crime Story, Miracles, Heart of Dragon, To Kill with Intrigue, and now we add another 4 films to that set, and there's more coming. And there's also the ones that I have seen, like Dragons Forever, The Protector, Operation Condor, Hand of Death, Dragon Fist. There's even more that go down beyond that: Meals on Wheels, Wheels on Meals, Meals on Wheels. And of course the Project A movies, City Hunter, the Police Story movies. And then I was watching other things through different means, so I'm like totally absorbing myself in Jackie Chan films. And I got the autobiography that he signed himself, which is one of my most prized possessions. That's over there somewhere. And I read that book and I absolutely loved it. So I'm looking forward to. There's the new one coming out is Eagle in the Snake's Shadow, which has been a controversial one because there's apparently a really gnarly piece of animal abuse in it that's being cut out for the UK release, and people are mad about it, and I couldn't care less because I'm fine with not seeing a cat get attacked by a snake anyway. So I have 2 new things here, one from Eureka, one from 88 Films, and the Eureka one is the Lucky Stars 3-film collection, and this slipcover is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the kind of the effect on the stars there, and it's like a nice velvety matte finish on this slipcover, which I've only seen on a few releases. The John Hughes Arrow Video stuff, like Weird Science and 16 Candles, gorgeous. Kind of look at it, seems like a kind of velvety kind of premium feel to the slipcover, nice texture to it, and then the gloss on the stars, it's really fucking cool. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it is actually a nice gloss finish on those with some of those faces on the slipcover. I love this. So these are 3 films I believe are kind of like Sammo Hung vehicles, or at least were directed by Sammo Hung, I think. Yeah, 3 films by Sammo Hung, which Jackie Chan appears in. So these were released between 1983 and 1985. And we do have the kind of the 3 dragons, so to speak: Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, and I never know how to pronounce his name, and it always bugs me, and no one has ever corrected me about it or given me any hints either way. Yuan Bao? I don't know. Ewan just sounds like Ewan McGregor. Yuan Bao. Biao. I have no idea. It bugs me because he's absolutely fucking incredible. I love that guy. And I want to know how to say his name. I've looked at interviews. I've looked at, documentaries about him. I've never found someone saying his name. And if I do, it's different every time. But I love these 3 guys together. Intrigued to check these out. I think that from what I've read, the comedy is dated terribly, but the action's pretty good, and absolutely loaded to the gills with special features. All 3 films presented in 1080p. Winners and Sinners is from a 4K restoration. My Lucky Stars comes from a 2K restoration, including an export version of the film, also from a 2K restoration. Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars is presented from a 4K restoration, plus an alternate extended Taiwanese version, also from a new 4K restoration. That is 5 versions overall, along with original Cantonese audio, optional English dubbed audio tracks for all 3 films, alternate Cantonese audio options for all 3 films, including alternate music and sound effects, newly translated subtitles, audio commentaries on all 3 films by Asian film expert Frank Jiang? I hate not being able to pronounce these things. And then all sorts of archival interviews, a Sammo Hung retrospective, alternate end credits, rare footage of the Lucky Stars performing live, more archival interviews, behind the scenes featurettes, outtakes for all 3 films, original Hong Kong, English, and Japanese trailers for all 3 films. This is an absolutely loaded release. Wow, I'd say the only thing I could criticize is that the inside artwork is the same as the slipcover, but apart from that, it just looks great. It really does look great. And also comes with a booklet. I mean, it's just, what a release. What a release. And I actually feel really guilty about this one because I pre-ordered it from Amazon. And I think that there was some price glitch. It went down to, I think, $12.50 or something like that, or $12.99. And because of the pre-order price promise, that's how much I paid for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say no to it, but I hope that Eureka didn't suffer from that price glitch. I'm assuming it's Amazon who like buy the stock or acquire it, and then however they sell it is up to them. I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. I hope not, because I really don't. These releases need to be supported, you know. And again, I'm not going to turn my nose up at getting this for like £12.50 or however much it was, which seemed like an absolute steal. But regardless, just looks like an incredible release. The films may not be great, but I love the fact that these companies are now going all in on this stuff. And finally, we have the big one, the 88 Films release that they were hyping up for a long time. It was going to be their biggest Jackie Chan release to date, and it is The Young Master. So this is a really nice kind of special edition hard box, you know, fantastic artwork by, it must be Kung Fu Bob who did this, I'm assuming. Yeah, just should say somewhere. I can't see it anywhere. Usually his signature's fairly obvious on the artwork there. Let me see if it's hiding somewhere. It's got to be Kung Fu Bob, right? Either way, really cool. I just love the look of this thing. Nice hard box. We got the case inside. We got, like, I think a poster and maybe some art cards. Yeah, we get the poster of the actual artwork itself, which is huge. And I think it might even be like an alternate poster on the other side, perhaps. Yeah, it looks like more of an original poster on the other side. I won't open it up. You've seen it before. This isn't an unboxing video. And then the booklet. Oh, gorgeous stuff. There we go. Kung Fu Bob. He's got the signature on the front and back, so he must have done the outer case as well. And this is just loaded with shit. Absolutely loaded with stuff. Phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant stuff by 88 Films. Haven't even talked about the extras, which I think this is a 2-disc edition. Yeah, so you get like lobby cards on the inside, reversible artwork, 2 discs. You know, it is absolutely mental how much work has gone into this. And I think this might be the first film Jackie Chan directed himself. I might be wrong about that. I'm no expert. So this includes, I'll hold this up while I read it, new 2K remaster of the Hong Kong theatrical cut, restored from the original 35mm camera negative. All sorts of different audio options, as you would expect, and a custom audio option which mixes certain things here and there. See, I haven't grown up with these films, so that part doesn't mean too much to me, but I understand people who have grown up with one thing and appreciate the other, so they're catering to as many people as possible, which is great. There's an audio commentary, there's the art of the cut, editing of The Young Master, a 20-minute featurette about the different versions of the film, extended fight scenes, reconstructed and previously unavailable fight scenes before they were cut down, a collection of rare, deleted, extended and alternate footage from the film, 13 minutes, archival interview with Jackie Chan, an interview with Grandmaster Huang In Shik, 28 minutes long, no good shots, 10 minutes long, alternate export dub, audio cues, Hong Kong trailer, extended Hong Kong trailer, Japanese trailer, English trailer, US home video trailer. And that's just disc 1. Disc 2 contains the international export cuts, restored especially for the 40th anniversary of this film, another audio commentary, and then an extended export cut, which is 9 minutes longer. So yeah, shorter than the Hong Kong cut, a composite cut that features the uncut final fight and ending from the Hong Kong cut, alternate scenes also included. There's just so much going on here. An alternate soundtrack featuring the song Kung Fu Fighting Man performed in English by Jackie Chan. Deep breath. Amazing. Absolutely. The only criticism I could offer is that it's a blue case. I'd love a clear case for that one. In fact, I might just... Well, it's a 2-discer, so it might be tricky for me to swap this out for a clear case, but what a stunning release. And I want to watch it now, but I also want to wait. I feel like it's going to be so cool to do like a marathon or a season of watching all these films for the first time. I'm just building them up now because I love them so much. Even the ones that aren't that good, just because I love Jackie Chan so much, just seeing the stuff that he can do and seeing just the progression of his career. Even films that aren't that, great, I just enjoy watching them because he's in them. He just has that effect. And if it's a film that's really good, then it's just an even bigger bonus, So I'm kind of holding on to a lot of them. I think I counted, and there was almost exactly 24 hours worth of new Jackie Chan films on Blu-ray that I own, so it could potentially fill up a 24-hour movie marathon, but let's not get too ahead of myself because I know that's what I tend to do. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you, 'cause